Hey y'all, welcome to this clip in my homemaking series. Today's clip is going to be in the kitchen and okay, and we're going to be covering the cooking portion of homemaking. Tips and tricks that I use to help me with a busy life, okay? And make things go faster in the kitchen. Not as far as like slapping a meal together in 5 minutes. I'm talking about makes things run smoother in your kitchen when you're trying to cook. Okay? And then tips and tricks that I use. I'm probably going to hit on cleaning in your kitchen again. It may be in my cleaning clip, but y'all, you can't be in your kitchen and talking about cooking without having to get on the subject of cleaning too. Cooking and cleaning is just two things that's going to have to go together. You have to keep your kitchen clean for the sake of you can't leave dishes or food laying out everywhere, okay? Because you will start attracting creatures, okay? It's not like your living room where you can leave a stuffed animal or a toy laying around for a couple of days, but you can't do that in your kitchen, okay? So I'll probably hit on both. But these are ideas and things that I use in my kitchen pertaining to cooking, okay? So I have jotted down ideas. They're probably going to just be jumping all over the place. I don't have them all in order. When I think of something, I got to grab a pen and a piece of paper or the notepad on my phone and get that idea onto paper before it goes bye-bye. So there you go. That's how my brain works, y'all. If I don't write it down right then, more than likely I'm going to forget. So, tips and tricks I use in my kitchen. First and foremost, I want to say this. You've got to have a functioning kitchen. I didn't say you have to have a humongous kitchen. I didn't say you have to have a big kitchen, okay? What I mean by functional is you can have a teeny tiny kitchen in an apartment, but make it functional. What I mean by that is when you first move into a house, or if you're already moved in and you've been living there for a while, but you're like, where everything is at, it's not practical. I'm having to go over here to get my spices and my stove is over here. Cut down some of your steps in your kitchen. Everything, functionality, everything needs to flow in your kitchen. I've probably already talked about this, but we're going to get it again for free, okay? Make your kitchen flow and functional, okay? What I mean is, in my kitchen, I'm one to talk right now because I am still putting stuff away and figuring out where I want all my things to be at the moment because renovation, okay? We still have 2 more cabinets to buy and install, and some things will probably get rearranged due to where it needs to go, okay? I'm looking at my stove right here in my microwave. I automatically know. It tells me when I'm cooking at my stove or my microwave, I need to have things that pertain to the stove, near my stove and my oven. Pots and pans, baking pans, loaf pans, cookie sheets, anything that you're going to use in your oven or your stove needs to be next to your stove. Don't have your stove over here and put your pots and pans way over here. You're walking too much. Your Fitbit watch may love that. Woo, you're getting in your steps. But you're going to wear yourself out before you even get to cooking the meal. Because you're going to be doing like this, like a ping pong machine, trying to find all your stuff to get your meal together. Put everything in a practical location. Y'all, I've been sick. And I'm still got that little scratchy cough, tickling cough. And it's about to drive me nuts. It makes me lose my voice every once in a while. So just bear with me. Okay. Cooking. I've got my spices over here to my left. My spices, salts, peppers, seasonings to just get down and put in that dish when I'm cooking. Over here is some of my baking stuff. Okay, like cinnamon. Not cinnamon. Cocoa powder. Baking soda. Yeast. Some of my baking stuff. Okay, probably because that's where I've always had it. Now, when I rearrange some things in here and we get the rest of our cabinets, then I might move some stuff. All my baking stuff should be in one area. So when I'm getting ready to bake anything, it's there within reaching distance, okay? My husband fixed me a bigger island, and I've got my baking station on this end of my island. My KitchenAid mixer is down here. I will show y'all that in a minute. I've probably already showed it to you in another video. We'll do it again. But like I said, things are probably fixing to get rotated for me. So where I've got them at right now, I already know this is going to work for right now. But when I get these last two cabinets, I'm probably going to rearrange some things, okay? And practicality, where everything flows, okay? Now, let's see. Around your stove, you want your big utensils, like your stirring stuff, your big ladle, your spatulas, anything that you're going to be using for your oven and your stove needs to go around your oven and your stove, okay? If you have a conventional oven and it's up on your wall, put the things that you're going to be using in that conventional oven close to a cabinet near that conventional oven. Cut your steps down, okay? Cutting boards, normally you're going to be at your island or a countertop for that. Put your knives and your cutting boards near where your workstation for cutting and stuff. Then, of course, I have where I want my dishes to go. Let's see. Some of my baking stuff right now is scattered because that's not where it's going to stay. But all your baking, your mixing bowls, things like that, keep them kind of together, okay? I have like my KitchenAid mixer is down here. By my KitchenAid mixer, I've got like my measuring cups, measuring spoons, all my attachments to go with my KitchenAid mixer, okay? You're following now? Okay, so let's see. Silverware, stuff like that. You know, things are around my oven where it needs to go. My coffee pot is right here. My Keurig coffee pot is right here. So, my cups are right here, right up above my coffee pot, okay? I have this is like my little coffee station right here and tea station on this end of the countertop. I have it all together in my cabinet anyway, okay? So I've got like what I need up there. I'll just show you my cabinet right here, my coffee station. Oop, down here, we've got a pull-out, creamer, sugar, coffee on the bottom, grinder. We grind coffee beans. Where'd it go? Grinder, coffee beans in the back. And it slides in and out where everybody can't see it. I don't like a messy countertop. I don't like a crowded countertop. I want to get away from all that, okay? I want to get away from crowded countertops. But if you don't have the space to put those things somewhere else, by all means, keep them on your countertops. I just want to get away from all that, okay? I've been crowded before. And then I felt like I can't work in my kitchen because I don't have the space. Some people, if they've got enough room, like if you're in an apartment or something, maybe you can, if you don't have enough counter space that was built in the apartment walls and stuff like that, built-in cabinets, maybe you can go purchase a little side cabinet to create you some more room, storage space, a side shelving unit, like a metal rack shelving unit, or a wooden one maybe. Create you some more space. They have the little islands now that slides. It's on rollers, and you can bring it into your kitchen when you need extra space. When you're done with it, move it to another room, or a foldable one. Y'all, I've seen a woman before, a large, this woman has 9 kids, okay, and she had a tiny kitchen. I don't see how she did it, okay? Sometimes she would grab a folding table and bring it in her kitchen to use as an island. When she was done with it, she could wipe it off, clean it off, pack it up, fold it up, pack it up. Create some more space in your kitchen if you need to. Okay? There you go. Use your kitchen table if you have to. Just make sure it's cleaned off so somebody can eat on it next. Okay? Of course, near my sink is going to be my cleaning supplies, anything I need for my sink. Y'all are getting the picture. Make things flow in your kitchen and create stations. I'll just go ahead and show you my KitchenAid mixer. Okay? My husband, I'll just turn you around this way. Okay? My KitchenAid mixer. He found a drawer pull-out. This thing is heavy, okay? So I'm able to take it from this drawer. It's out of the way. And just boom, bring it up, put it on my counter, plug it in the back, okay? My KitchenAid attachments are, I'm a KitchenAidie, y'all. All my attachments is right here. I have a big old 2-shelf pull-out for all my attachments. Y'all seen me use a lot of these in my videos. Okay, there's all my attachments. This is my baking station, okay? I have measuring cups, measuring spoons, and all in this drawer. See how everything is flowing and functional? Okay? And this pantry right here, some things are going to stay, some things are not. Right now, that's just where I had to put them. I have recipe books and canning books all on the top of here. Fermenting books, all on the top of there. Down here, I have like miscellaneous things. Lunch boxes, thermoses, for anybody's lunches or suppers if they work the night shift at work, school, granddaughter's lunch boxes, stuff like that. Picnics, okay? Stuff like that. I have a crock pot down there, about 3 crock pots, a big one and the 2 little smaller ones. Probably not going to stay there. But like I said, I got to shift things around, y'all. Right here, I have like my towels, aprons, rags. I have 2 trash cans right here and a pull-out that is easy cleanup. Okay? When I get done slicing and dicing stuff, I can take it right here from the counter to my trash can and just scoop it off in there and clean it up. Y'all, there's a boot box on my counter because that's what I'm propping my tripod on, so I can be a little taller, okay, because I'm short, okay, so that's what the boot box is for. Normally, boot boxes won't be on the countertop, okay? Okay, in case you're wondering, I don't normally do that. Okay, now, when I rearrange some things, I'm probably going to take some more things off my counter, okay? I really would kind of like my air fryer to be put away, to where I can just see pretty counters, okay? That's all. I may leave them, I may not. My deep fryer is going to have to stay there, okay? Because I keep oil in it and I can use it at a moment's notice and then clean it out when it's time to change the oil and stuff. It's covered. It has a lid. So that's probably going to stay. I don't want to tote, okay, to another cabinet somewhere. Things, just use common sense. Okay, so first you want to start with a functional kitchen. Create some more space if you need to, okay? Buy you a little, another little table or a cabinet that you can just put in your kitchen that if you move out of your apartment, it can go with you, okay? You don't have to leave it. So functionality first in your kitchen, okay? Now, let's get to some of these other tips, okay? We covered organization. Okay, organize your stuff. Organize your refrigerator. Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than a dirty, unorganized refrigerator. Okay, I keep mine clean pretty much. Okay, try to keep it organized. I want things in a certain place because of how my shelves go in my refrigerator. I can move a shelf up. I can move it down depending on a bowl that I need to put in there or something. Okay, a functional refrigerator. There's nothing more frustrating than dirty refrigerator and not knowing where all your stuff is at. Okay, you're fumbling through the refrigerator. Okay, cut down on your time. Keep your refrigerator nice and organized. Teach everybody else where everything is. When I first started emptying out boxes and restocking our refrigerator, I had to reteach my husband where everything was. So he's getting there. Teach everybody where everything is in the refrigerator. Keep it clean, okay? Your freezer, keep it clean. Write things on the bags if you put things in the freezer, what it is, because like I make shuffles and I make waffles. I use the same waffle iron. So it's triangular shapes. It's a Belgian waffle maker, round, but that you can cut them into triangles. So when I cut shuffles and waffles, they kind of look the same. So I put a W on my waffle Ziploc bag and I put a C on my shuffle Ziploc bag. Even my granddaughters know how to look for the W and the C. Okay? Here's my shuffles. They get them out. I'll tell them, do you want waffles or shuffles? I want shuffles. Get the shuffles out. It starts with a C. It'll have a C on it. They go right there and they get the right bag every time. Okay? Make it easy for your family. Okay? Don't make it hard on them. Don't make it a treasure hunt. Keep it clean and organized. All right? I gotta put my glasses on, y'all. I may have to drink a little bit of water here in a minute because my throat's getting tickly. Okay. Y'all know my number one rule in my kitchen. You've heard it just about on every single video where I'm in my kitchen or I'm talking about my kitchen, giving tips and tricks. Put it down in the comments. Before I even say it, I'll give you like 10 seconds. Okay. Clean as you go. 4 words. Clean as you go. Yeah, 4 words. I had to count. Clean as you go. Y'all, I can't tell you how many times that has helped me in my kitchen when supper time is over. Everybody else is going to do their own thing. They've retreated to their bedrooms. And you're stuck in here. Okay, I gotta clean the kitchen now. And you're stuck with a big old mess. Unless you're smart like me and you get people to help you clean up. You assign chores. That's a completely different video. Okay? It's either going to be before this one or after this one. Assigning chores. Okay? Clean as you go. It's easier to just kind of like clean the little quick small stuff. Kitchen sinks right there. You've cut vegetables and stuff. Rinse it off. Put it in the drainer. One less thing you have to worry about later. Measuring spoons, measuring cups. Just wash them right quick. These things are a lifesaver. You do not have to run a whole sink of water to wash one dish. Get you one of these. Or a sponge. And have your dish liquid right beside it. The sponge. Wash it. Wash it. As you go, wash it. The small things. If you've got a whole bunch of bigger things that you may not can wash right at that moment as you go, save the big dirty things for the dishwasher. Use that maid. I'll give you some tips and tricks in a minute if you're saying, I don't have a dishwasher. I got you covered on that one too. Old tricks that I grew up with and then tricks I passed down to my children till we got a dishwasher. Remind me, come back to that. Okay, clean as you go. Y'all, you can even get a toddler in the kitchen with you. What kid doesn't like to play in water? Just tell me one kid. Well, there may be one kid out there that don't like to play in water. Okay? As soon as my granddaughters could get on a stool and learn how to do some things, which was like around 2 years old, I would let them practice washing dishes. I even bought the little play sinks at Walmart that has the little, you put batteries in it and it runs the water, and they can practice washing little dishes. You put water in it. I didn't put soap in it. They can practice washing dishes. I used that to my advantage for when they got older, okay? They loved it. When we were growing things in the garden, would bring small things in like peppers, stuff like that. I'd set up a table, throw some towels down, get their little sinks out. They helped scrub peppers and wash them and get them clean. We had an assembly line going. They were washing peppers, handing them to and rinsing them with play sinks, y'all, and handing them to me, and I would cut them up, get the seeds out, and process them. Y'all, they loved it. You can teach a toddler to do anything for a bunch of reasons. You're teaching them home economics. You're teaching them skills, life skills, for when they move out of your house and are on their own. They just want to be with you doing what you're doing. You're keeping them safe and busy because they're right there where you can see them. They're having fun. And they're eager to learn. Kids from toddler to elementary is so eager to learn because they just want to do what you're doing. You show them, let them go with it. Let them roll with it. Is it going to be perfect the first time they do it? No. Keep trying. One kid may be better at doing one thing than the other kid is. One kid may be better at one job than another job. Okay? Just because they can't scrub a dish doesn't mean you can't give them a wet rag and say, can you wipe off the countertops for mommy? Can you wipe off the table for daddy? Y'all, teach. I cannot express that enough. I don't care what it is. Cooking, cleaning, life, teach. They want to learn. When they got older, I got a 5-year-old that can scrub a pan that's been cooked in on the stove. That's how good she got. Let them go with it. Let them practice. When they get older, and you can assign chores. We'll get to that. Okay, clean as you go. If you've got a baking time of 15 to 35 minutes, you got 15 to 35 minutes to get some things cleaned up in your kitchen. Put that flour away. Wipe that counter off where you just rolled out that dough and it kind of stuck to the countertop. Clean it up. Wash some dishes. Throw some dishes in the dishwasher. Empty out your dishwasher. We'll get to that in a minute too. Okay? I've got cleaning tips and hacks for my kitchen, y'all. But you can't do cooking without cleaning. You got to clean. Okay? Clean as you go. Use those few minutes that you have downtime doing something in your kitchen. I used to waste time. Then I'd wind up burning supper. I'd be like, oh, I got 15 minutes. I need to go put a load of laundry in. I was taking myself away from my kitchen when I needed to start using that 15 minutes to stay in my kitchen and clean something. Wipe out the refrigerator. Wipe down a counter. Put some dishes in the dishwasher. Wash a few dishes if you don't have a dishwasher. What you will have left after you get done eating and everybody else has left you in the kitchen, you may have just a few plates but we'll get to that in a minute too. Maybe just a few pots and pans and wipe down some counters. Clean as you go. That is a rule I'm going to impress in your brain till you get it. Okay, like I had to do my kids. Okay, before I forget it, I'm gonna get on this. If you don't have a dishwasher, when I was little, the older generations were taught not to waste water. Okay, from the prairie days. Okay, before we got a dishwasher, and even when I was little, we had to do this. My mama or my grandmother and I, before I got a dishwasher, would come in here in the morning time and run a dish full of clean, hot, soapy water. Clean, hot, soapy water. When we got done eating breakfast, I taught my boys how to bring their dish, empty it out in the trash, what they didn't finish eating, rake your plate out. If you want to do a compost pile or a trash can or giving it to your dogs or whatever. I don't care. Whatever you do with your scraps. Teach them how to do it. Bring their plate and their fork and their glass and their knife and their spoon, whatever they used at that eating table. Teach them to come to this sink at every meal they mess up a dish and wash their fork, their plate, their spoon, their knife, their glass, and rinse it and put it in the dishwasher. Test your kids' abilities. If you think they're too young for that. A 2-year-old got up here and learned how to scrub dishes. And then 3. Now she's 5. I taught her. She can scrub a dish. Okay? Now, 4 and 5 years old, they get done from the table. They bring their plates and rinse them out, rake them out, then take them right there to the faucet and wash it out. They may go ahead and put it in the dishwasher, or I'll tell them just go ahead and leave it in the sink. I'll put it in the dishwasher. Don't tell me you can't teach kids how to do something. I taught my boys to wash their dishes after they got done eating with them. Sometimes during the day, they would think they would have to go get a new cup for every time they wanted a different drink of water. I got 1 cup or 1 glass. Oh, look, I still have them. My husband come up with this idea. These right here. Everybody had a color. And some of them's gone now, okay? Some of them's gone. He went and bought these. He said, you're going to drink out of this 1 glass all day long. Kind of like a kid's sippy cup. Sippy cup for grown-ups. Use this 1 cup all day long. If you switch drinks like from milk to water, wash it out. Instead of reaching for a new glass. Cuts down on clutter, cuts down on cleaning. If you got 2 of the same color, put their names on it. There you go. There's your little tip right there. We cut a bunch of that stuff out. Okay, clean as you go. Teach everyone in your home to clean up after themselves. Bring your dish here. Rinse it out and put it in the dishwasher if you have a dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, keep a sink full of hot. Change your sink water out all through the day. When that sink water starts getting dirty, run some more. Keep a clean sink full of hot soapy dishwater, okay? In your sink. Then have them rinse it, put it in the dish drainer. Dishes are clean. Mama, you're not having to do it all by yourself. Okay? Teach them to do that after supper time. If you got some older kids that you trust that can help you wash dishes, rotate through your kids. If you got 3 kids and they're all able age that you think you can teach them how to wash dishes, rotate a night. 1 kid to do the dishes one night, the next kid does them the next night, then the next kid does them the next night. Make it fair. Y'all, come on. Use your brain when you're in your kitchen. Save time. Teach responsibility. Hand out responsibilities, even to little ones, okay? They can learn. Trust me. I've seen it with my own eyes. This ain't my first rodeo. I got 2 grown boys that's married now and out of the house. They know how to clean, okay? Now I got 2 granddaughters. They've been in the kitchen with me since the day they were born. I've told y'all, I've literally wore my grandbabies on me while I've been in this kitchen. Then they graduated to sitting up in something, like infant. I either wore them or they were in a carrier or a bouncy seat or something, recline. When they got to where they could almost sit up, they graduated to a bumbo seat or something where they could be a little more up. Then they graduated to a high chair. I have drug a high chair all through my kitchen so they could be right beside me. Okay, and had toys or snacks on their tray. I have drug high chairs all through my house, keeping them busy while maybe I needed to take a shower. Okay? Get creative with little ones. Mamas, your job is hard when you've got clingy little ones that just need your attention all the time and they don't want you out of their sight. Get creative. Get a body carrier. Get one of those wraps now. Bumbo seat. Bouncy seat. A walker. A bouncing, whatever you call those things. I got a granddaughter that just loved to jump. She got long legs, and that's all she did was move her legs 24/7. Okay? So we bought her one of those things where she could just jump her little heart out. And she did. I brought that in the kitchen with me. I've taken it in the bathroom with me to take a shower to keep her safe and happy, okay? Because it would just be us here. Teach them. You can still do things even with a little clingy baby, newborn baby. You can still do things, okay? Children, you can still do things, Okay, I've brought a table in here with little pots and pans before and little utensils to let them practice cooking beside me while I'm cooking right there. When they got older, they could start climbing the stool and I could teach them how to be safe. I let them get up on the stool beside me, try to stir something, or just stand there and watch. Kids learn by observation. Our youngest son, he was 3 years old. I put him on a stool to sit down with a griddle, and he was cooking squash and zucchini on a griddle at 3 years old. Don't tell me you can't get a kid in the kitchen with you, because yes, you can. Playpen. I have drug a playpen all over this house in my kitchen. As long as they could see me and be beside me, they were fine. Until they were like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Okay. Then we graduated to stools. Okay? I could put so many pictures. I may wind up putting pictures somewhere in this homemaking series in one of these videos and let y'all see what kids can do in the kitchen when you get them in there with you. Teach everybody to start cleaning their dishes when they're done with them. If they can work a smartphone, an iPad, a PlayStation, an Xbox, they can work a rag and some dish soap, and a sponge and some dish soap, and a faucet. Yes, they can. Get them in the kitchen. You'll thank me later, moms. You'll thank me later, okay? That was easy. Then start coming up with a chore chart. There you go. Okay, clean as you go. If you don't have a dishwasher, keep a sink full of hot soapy water all day long. Whoever messes up a dish comes and cleans it up. If it's little bitty ones, okay, and you got to clean bottles and sippy cups, instead of throwing them in the sink, go ahead and wash them. Discipline yourself to go ahead and wash them, okay, and put it in the drainer. Don't leave dishes laying in the sink. When everybody gets done, you're getting ready to close the kitchen for the night. You may only have just a few things to wash. Maybe pots and pans. Maybe your pots and pans will fit in the dishwasher if they're dishwasher safe. If not, just go ahead and wash them. Okay? Have some of the older siblings take care of the little ones while you finish the kitchen. Dad, entertain the children so mama can clean. If you want to spend some quality time with mama after everybody's gone to bed, you'll pitch in and give just a little help. Help entertain the children. Read them a book. That was free, guys, by the way. I help you out, but you got to help us out too, okay? My husband is wonderful at that. Even when our boys were babies and little, we have worked together as a team, okay? Because Daddy wanted some attention when Mama was done and the babies were in bed, okay? So I'm like, can you entertain them so I can clean the kitchen? Sure, okay. It works. Work together as a team, okay? It's both of y'all's house, both of y'all's children. Teamwork. Single mothers, you got to come up with a plan. You got to be disciplined, self-control, and come up with you a plan if it's just you, okay? I've never been in that position, but I'm sure if I was in that position, I'd be smart enough to come up with me a plan. Okay? Get your children in there with you for company and teach them how to do some things. Okay? The more company you have, the better you feel. Okay? All right. Clean as you go. All right? That's if you don't have a dishwasher, and that's if you do have a dishwasher. Get them dishes clean. Clean as you go. Don't go off doing something else for that 30 minutes that casserole needs to bake. Stay focused. Stay in that room. Stay in your kitchen. Use that time wisely. Floors, y'all, like this morning, we were getting ready for church. We were eating breakfast. I do have some dishes in the sink from breakfast. There are going to be some days you can't get to it right then. Like my floors. I got sprinkles in my floors because we had waffles with whipped cream and sprinkles this morning before church. So I got a few little sprinkles in my floor. But it's Sunday morning. We needed to focus on getting ready to go to the Lord's house, okay? And I'm like, I can do it later. But when you have, when you have that frame of mind, I'll do it later. Make sure you are self-disciplined enough that you do it later. I need to have discipline enough to get in here after a while and get these sprinkles up out of my floor before my husband comes in here and steps on a sprinkle. Okay? And he's like, take them girls. He loves them girls. But he's like, sprinkles. Yes. What else would be in our kitchen floor besides flour and sprinkles? Okay? There you go. So I have sprinkles right now. I will be disciplined enough tonight, okay, to get or when I get done with this video, to clean my floor, okay? But when you're closing up your kitchen for the night, sweep up those few crumbs up under the table. Sweep those crumbs up. I'm not saying you got to drag out the mop and the bucket every night when you're cleaning your kitchen. I'm just saying get up the things out of the floor like crumbs for right now when you're closing your kitchen down at night. If you've got babies, you don't want your babies coming in here and crawling in leftover food from the night before. That's just nasty. That's just nasty. I'm a stickler for wanting to have clean floors if there's crawling babies in the house. I can't stand it, okay? They put things in their mouth. They're getting things all over their hands and then, no. Clean your floors, okay? Okay, clean as you go. Okay, now, I got a tip for the dishwasher. Let me go back to that. I got a tip for the dishwasher. Keep your dishwasher emptied. At nighttime, when I am closing down the kitchen, whatever I can put in my dishwasher gets put in the dishwasher, and I will run it before we go to bed. My dishwasher runs every night, almost every night. If it's just me and my husband, it may not run every night, okay? Because we use less dishes, just me and him. Run your dishwasher every night. First thing in the morning, if you can, empty out your dishwasher. As soon as somebody dirties a dish, have them rake it out, rinse it out, show them how to put it in the dishwasher. Work your maid right there. Work that dishwasher, baby. Work it, okay? Work your dishwasher. Make it pay for itself. Use it, okay? As soon as it gets done, as soon as that load gets done, y'all keep it empty to where you can just keep putting dirty dishes in it. It's a never-ending cycle. Dirty dishes are a never-ending cycle, okay? Use that dishwasher, okay? Keep it maintenanced, okay? Keep your dishwasher in between cycles or every so few cycles. Run the cleaning cycle on your dishwasher, okay? Keep your filter cleaned out. Y'all, grease and gunk gets down in your filter. If you don't maintain your appliances in your kitchen, they're going to break and stop working properly, okay? Keep that filter in the bottom of your dishwasher clean, okay? Then run the cleaning cycle through your dishwasher. Every so often, your stove, I had to clean my stove after doing all the Thanksgiving and Christmas baking and cooking. Yes, but I'm going to try to discipline myself as soon as something gets in the bottom of my oven. Get it out right then. I got to get better at that. But I was so busy during those holidays, back to back to back to back, and so tired. I'll get it later. I'll get it later. Okay, I was bad to say that. Discipline yourself to either clean it right then to where you don't have to do it later, or discipline yourself that when you say you are going to get to it later, you don't forget and you get to it later, okay? I'm trying to stay on top of my oven right now, making sure it stays clean because I do a lot of baking, okay? As soon as I spill something, I'm going to get it up. There's a cleaning cycle on my oven. I'm going to use it more. My husband's like, I buy you appliances with all these bells and whistles and you don't use them. He's like, when are you going to start using the timer? on your oven? I don't know. I just eyeball it. Okay? That's my point. Clean as you go. Microwave. I cannot tell y'all how many times I have cleaned my microwave for somebody 2 seconds later to come in here and get another plate of something, a second helping of something, or, they're hungry again after supper, but before bedtime, and they come and heat them up something and doesn't cover it up. I ain't got time for that. Keep your oven cleaned out. Teach them how to clean the microwave out. Invest in one of these little things. Hold on, I'll show you. Either invest in one of these little plate covers for your microwave. It's foldable. You can put it up. It goes in the dishwasher. Pops it back out. It's a plate cover that goes in your microwave. Tell them when they put that plate in there, cover that plate up. There's nothing like red spaghetti sauce all in your microwave. I don't have time for that. Put a roll of paper towels beside the microwave and say, when you put a plate in there, cover it up with a paper towel so it doesn't splash everywhere. What's it called? Splatter everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay, I ain't got time for that. I don't know why I keep taking these on and off. I need them. Okay, teach your loved ones. We love y'all, but you got to help us out some. Teach them how to clean up after themselves. Wash their dish, or at least rinse it out and put it in the dishwasher. Okay? All right. Now, I think that's cleaning advice. I'll get further in depth about cleaning in my cleaning video. Okay? Right now, that's just things that you've got to do when you're cooking. Okay? So, now let's get to the cooking part. Here's some ways that you can save on washing dishes. And y'all, I am decades old. I ain't gonna tell you how many, but I am decades old. And why some of these haven't already popped into my brain, I don't know. But I'll tell you some hacks, okay? Save time on washing dishes by not using as many. Let's say you're gonna bake something. If there's any way to mix it and bake it in the same pan or the same baking dish, do it. Cake mixes, cakes, cornbread, things that can be mixed up in the dish that you're going to be baking it in. That saves mixing bowls, a big mixing bowl, okay? There you go. Let's say you're fixing to do a cake. Okay, instead of dragging out your mixing bowls and your mixer or your hand beater, mix it in that cake pan. It's doable. You can spray the cake pan and still mix it in the same dish. Or if you've got non-stick baking ware, okay? There you go. You can mix it in the same dish that you're going to turn around and bake it on. Biscuits. I know a lady that will take a big cookie sheet and use that as her countertop to roll out her biscuits, put her flour, put her dough on, roll out her biscuits, cut them, put them on this end of the cookie sheet, finish using up the rest of the dough, and then put them on that cookie sheet, and then getting the rest of the dough, the scrap dough and the little bit of flour off the end of the cookie sheet, and maybe discarding it somewhere, and then putting the pan into the oven. Why didn't I think of that? Makes sense. Okay? Some things just make sense. If you can mix it, or like that cinnamon rolls, you can do that with cinnamon rolls. Use that cookie sheet as your floured surface. Do what you need to do on that cookie sheet. Cut them cinnamon rolls. Cut them biscuits out. And then put them over here. Discard what's left. Kind of just like scoop it off into the trash or something. Clean it off the other end of the cookie sheet. And then spread out things on the cookie sheet. I don't know why some of these did not occur to me. There goes one last mixing bowl to wash. There goes not having to wipe off your countertop because you did it all on the cookie sheet. I don't know why I didn't think of some of these. If you can mix it in that same dish and bake it in that same dish, do it. One less dish you have to wash. Okay. If you got a casserole to make, see if you can do everything in the casserole dish. Like mixing it, putting in there, instead of having to dirty up another dish. If you've got to melt butter or some oil or something, or if you've got to use a pan just like to boil some water or something like that, or just saute something really quick before you put it in the crock pot, sear it, like roast or stew, something like that. If you want to sear it before you put it over into the crock pot, but yet you may need to use that pan again later for something else, just set it on the stove and cover it up. Okay? Use it, pull it out, and use it again later. Use that same pot or pan again or dish again. Okay? Rinse it out. Gotta get to these, y'all. Okay? Okay? When you use a knife or something to cut vegetables with or something, just turn around here at your sink, rinse it off, put it in the draining board. Okay? Clean as you go. Wash little small items first as you go. Save your dishwasher, if you have one, for your big things when supper is over. Let the dishwasher clean those things, okay? And put it on that heavy scrub cycle. All right? Use your time wisely in the kitchen. Save that for bigger items. Let's see. Let the little ones start practicing washing small plastics, okay? Just check them when they're done, okay? But they're learning. Let them practice with some of those. Load and unload your dishwasher as much as necessary, okay? Keep it empty at all times so people can just come and put their dishes in there. And it'll be ready for when you're getting ready to close your kitchen at night. Let's see. Reuse pots and pans. If it's something that you cooked or baked or something and it's not sticking or something like that, if you can use that same pan again, use it again. Let's see. When using a muffin tin, y'all, buy the liners. Just buy the liners, okay? They ain't but like $1. You can spend $1 for the sake of not having to scrub a muffin pan. Because things still stick to a muffin pan. I don't care how much you spray it or flour it. Sometimes it sticks. And if it's one thing I hate cleaning, it's a muffin pan. Just go ahead and buy the liners, okay? For egg bites, muffins, whatever. Invest in the liners. I have silicone liners and I love them. I invested in them, bought them to where I can just keep reusing them. One upfront cost and they're reusable and washable. And I don't have to scrub my muffin pan. Okay. Now, let's get to some cooking ideas. That's going to save you time in the kitchen. Pre-prep, pre-cook, and pre-bake a lot of items if you can. Batch cook. Let's say you've bought like 10 pounds of ground beef. Unless you're going to make those into meatloaf or into patties, hamburgers, go ahead and just brown all that ground beef. Section it into 1 pound sections, meals, and go ahead and put them in Ziploc bags. Saves you one less thing and time when it gets ready to put a meal together. You can have 10 bags of 1 pound hamburger, pre-cooked hamburger meat in your freezer and pull it out, and all you'll have to do is boil you some noodles, get you a jar of spaghetti sauce, and you've got spaghetti on the table in like 30 minutes. Save time. Pre-cook some stuff. Chicken breasts. Unless you're going to eat that chicken breast whole, you can boil a bunch of chicken breasts and then shred it, mix it up, shred it up, Pre-package it. You've got things to go in casseroles, shredded chicken at a moment's notice. It's already pre-cooked in 1 pound packages or how many ever servings you want to put in a Ziploc bag. It's on hand. Soups. It's already cooked. Okay? I know a lot of women who have started using their Instant Pot I have done this before. I have used a power pressure cooker and I have browned and cooked 10 frozen pounds of hamburger meat in about 30 minutes. Then I took all that browned hamburger meat and sectioned it out by 1 pound and put it in Ziploc bag, flattened them out, and stored them in my freezer when my freezer was over here. Stored them in my freezer, and I had them on a moment's notice. Put on there what's on the bag, right? What's on the bag? Ground hamburger meat or hamburger meat, ground beef, whatever. Shredded chicken, okay? You can take chicken breasts and cube them up, slice them up, pre-cook it. No matter what you're going to use it for, pre-cook it, okay? Pre-cook some of your stuff. Pre-prep, pre-cut. If you've got vegetables, you went to the grocery store and you've got vegetables. Let's say you've got peppers, you've got celery, things like that. Go ahead and pre-cut that stuff. It'll save you steps for when you're getting ready to cook that meal. Anything that in other words, meal prep, anything that you can do ahead of time to save on a busy night. I know a lady that does all of her meal prepping like on Saturdays or Sundays after church to get ready to make things run smoother during the week when it's so hectic and chaotic and busy. And especially on a school night when you need to hurry up and put a good meal on the table, but yet, I got to get the kids to bath and get them in bed. Okay? Aren't school nights wonderful? I love you, teachers, but school nights are chaotic, even for teachers. Pre-prep some stuff to make your on the weekends or off days. You like if you're a nurse or something, pick a day, okay, to make the rest of your week flow more simple. Okay, so pre-prep some of your food, pre-bake, pre-cook, batch cook. If you're making lasagna, go ahead and double the recipe. Make one for now, one for later. Wrap that other one up. Stick it in the freezer. Put what's on it. Put the directions on it. Have it for another night. Your supper's already cooked. All you got to do is take it out, put it in the oven, and yeah, you got supper on the table. Batch cook some things. Double, triple the recipes. Make one now, 1 or 2 or 3 for later, for another night. Repurpose leftovers. Y'all have already seen some of my videos on repurposing leftovers. Y'all, I don't like throwing money in the trash that I've paid for, or my husband has paid for groceries. Okay? Repurpose your leftovers. You can take a rotisserie chicken or a whole chicken and get more than one meal off of that whole chicken. Go and purchase, y'all, right now it's cheaper to buy whole chickens and sectioning them out and using each piece for something different and planning meals with one chicken than it is right now going and buying all these pieces prepackaged separately. Do the math. Next time you go to the grocery store, compare the price of one whole chicken when the prices go down to a package of 4 chicken breasts. You can only do so many things with those chicken breasts. You may need those thighs for something else. When whole chickens goes on sale, go and buy a bunch, come home, learn how to properly cut up a chicken, section it out into meals, and then put what's on the packages, put in your freezer. You've got some things you can pull out for later to cook off of one whole chicken. I have taken a whole chicken before and cooked it and then just taken all the meat off the bone and just used it and prepackaged it for anything that needed shredded chicken. See, shop wisely. I'm going to throw this in there because we're in the kitchen. You got to talk about it. Shop for your groceries wisely. See what all you can get out of one thing. Y'all can go back and look at any of my videos where if I'm cooking something like a pork loin, one night we'll have the loin with some vegetables. We may have some leftover meat. I can come up with like 2 or 3 more meals with that leftover meat. Repurpose leftovers. People get tired after about the second night, okay? Spaghetti is one of those things that you can accidentally make too much of. After about 2 nights, your family is getting sick of it. Repurpose spaghetti. I've already said this in another one of my videos. Repurpose spaghetti. Turn the next night into a spaghetti bake by putting shredded cheese on top of it. Okay? And then putting it in the oven long enough to melt the cheese. Something different. I'll add some more mix-ins with it, like olives or something like that. Black olives. Y'all, you can take leftover spaghetti and actually put it in a freezer safe container and freeze it and pull it out for another meal later. There's people that's taking leftover chili, leftover broccoli and cheese soup, leftover vegetable soup, tortilla soup, okay? Did I say chili? Yeah. And like you've made too much and you're like, we're never going to eat all this before it ruins. Yes, you will. Put it in some Ziploc bags, lay it flat, and put it in the freezer. Freezer containers. Section them out into meal containers and put them in the freezer. Just make sure you eat them before they go bad. You've got meals on hand for later after everybody gets tired of leftovers. Learn how to repurpose leftovers, okay? I think I've got a few videos on repurposing leftovers and what to do with them. Take pinto beans, for example. You can make a lot of pinto beans by accident because you just can't judge how much water those things are going to soak up by the time they get done cooking, okay? Repurpose them. Have pinto beans one night with some cornbread. Then take some beans later, put in a Mexican dish, okay? Refried beans. Put them in a blender or a food processor or a potato masher. Puree them up. You got refried beans. Melt you some cheese on top of them. Serve it with a Mexican dish. Beef and bean and rice burritos. Chimichangas. Find ways to be creative with leftovers and repurpose them so you are not throwing money down the drain. Pre-cook things, pre-bake things, batch cook things. This saves a lot of time during a busy weeknight when everybody's got things to do. You're getting home late. These kids has got after school curricular activities, ball games. You still got to eat. And you may not. I'm getting tired of McDonald's every night after we get done with a game. Okay? Y'all, I've even taken my supper sometimes to some football games with me. Not gonna lie, save money. I'm sorry, but you know when you're pinching pennies, you do what you gotta do. Okay? I've ate supper sitting in karate class before. Okay? You do what you gotta do. If it's a busy night, you're a busy mom. You get creative. That's what you do. Okay. Meal plan. Plan your meals for the week so that way when you are meal planning, start with your refrigerator first. Use what's in there. You've got leftover carrots. You've got leftover peppers. You've got leftover onions. You've got leftover celery. Find something to do with those things. Get creative. Come up with a meal. Use those peppers and some fajitas and onions. Throw you some shredded chicken with it. There you go. See, I'm giving y'all some cooking tips. Grab you a thing of shredded chicken out. Use those onions and peppers in your freezer. In your refrigerator before they go bad. Get things out of your refrigerator before they start going bad, so you're not throwing your hard-earned money on groceries down the drain, y'all. Okay? When you're meal planning, start with making a meal out of what you've got in your refrigerator first. That needs to be gotten out of there first. Lettuce goes bad quick. Find something to do with it. Serve some chicken Caesar salads, side salads with your supper, lettuce wraps, anything, okay? Get that out of there. Then your freezer. Make meals with what you got in your freezer. A lot of people go backwards. They'll want a meal plan by using their recipe books. Then they wind up going and buying a bunch of extra stuff that they still don't wind up using. They only needed it to make one recipe. Then you've got all this leftover stuff. Then you got to come up with something to do with all that leftover stuff. Start meal planning, and I have 2 videos on meal planning. Go back and look at those. 2 of my first videos, meal planning, by shopping your pantries and your freezers first. See what you've got in your pantries. Use all that stuff up first. Then create a grocery list by things that you may need to accompany the meal that you're putting together by using what's in your house first, your kitchen first. I promise you, you will save more money. And don't let things go to waste. Okay? So there's some more tips. Okay? Prep things, pre-cook things, multiple batches. Woo, I done got through 2 pages right there, y'all. Make cooking enjoyable again, y'all. People these days are getting to the point to where they're so busy with extracurricular activities. Some of them may be necessary. Some of them may not be necessary. Y'all pick your own crazy. Y'all pick your own sanity. But people are getting to the point where they're so busy nowadays, nobody wants to cook anymore. Nobody wants to create a healthy meal anymore. Okay? It's grab and go now. Okay? Don't do that. I have videos on breakfast batch cooking to where I'll spend one day and I'll make a bunch of breakfast stuff, okay, to put in the refrigerator or the freezer, to where I know my family can grab something and fix them something nutritious even for breakfast, okay. Lunch stuff. If I have a good breakfast, I don't have room for lunch, okay. So I don't do 3 meals a day, okay? Some people do. Have some stuff on hand for lunches, okay? Use your time wisely to make a busy night better on you. That's where batch cooking, breakfasts, lunches, supper. There's a lot of ladies that has a lot of kids. They go ahead and meal prep, lunch prep, lunches for their kids for the whole week. Y'all, you can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and freeze them. There's a trick to it. Bread is okay after it's been frozen, y'all, and it's been thawed out. There's a trick. If you have any wet ingredients, you put them between, not on the bread. Like let's take jelly, for example. You're going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but the jelly's going to make it soggy. Spread a little bit of peanut butter on both sides of the bread. Then put the jelly in the middle. The peanut butter will act as a barrier on the bread, and it won't soak through. And you can pre-make lunch sandwiches and put in little baggies and put in the freezer. I know a lady that has multiple kids. They've got like 9 kids. She will batch prep lunches, and she has a station fixed up. They will go ahead and make turkey and cheese sandwiches. Put the mayonnaise or the mustard in between the turkey and the cheese, not the bread. Keep the wet ingredients off of your bread by putting it in the middle of something else. There you go. That's how you keep your bread from getting soggy. Pre-prep lunches to making lunches go by faster. Okay? Make up a bunch of sandwiches for the week. Go ahead and cut them. Put them in the baggies and put them in the freezer. There's no problem with that. Okay? Make you like a lunch station to where you've got your snacks in a little tub. Take them out of the boxes. Put them in a little tub and label on there, snacks. Okay? Then you've got maybe like another tub and label it like chips. Okay? I know a lady who even goes one step further. She lets her own older kids make their own lunch. She helps the little ones. The ones that can read, she'll put on there 1 chip. That means they're only allowed to get 1 bag of chip for their lunches. Okay? 1 snack, like cookies, granola bars, things like that. 1 snack. Okay? And then if she's got a basket or a drawer for fruit, they can take 2 fruits. Okay? She wants more fruits. And that's good. 1 sandwich. Okay? And then 1 juice box or Capri Sun or whatever. Some of the older ones just want their water bottles and have water in it. But y'all, she has a lunch making little station in her pantry, and the kids can go in there after they get done getting ready in the mornings. The last thing they do is pack their lunches before they grab their backpacks and walk out the door. They'll go in there, each one, they'll get out what they need, stuff it in their lunch box, grab whatever, get their sandwich out of the freezer. It's thawed out by the time they eat lunch. She's got it going on, y'all. I'll put a bunch of links in the description boxes on my homemaking videos for y'all to check out of women who has their stuff together and they have large families. Nobody's busier than a mama who has more than 1 child, especially 9 up to 11 children. Don't tell me you don't have time. Okay? Where there's a will, there's a way. Come up with, I'm done with my notes. Come up with a plan in your kitchen. Make cooking simpler for you. Buy some of these things I have suggested. Meal prep. Pre-cut some things. Pre-bake some things. Pre-cook some things. Okay? Repurpose leftovers. Freeze leftovers. Repack, put them in packages and put them in containers. Pull them out for a meal later on a busy night when you've had a ball game and you're getting home at 9 o'clock at night. And you've still got to eat. And so does your family if you didn't stop at Sonic or McDonald's. Okay? There. Plan. Make a plan for yourself where your kitchen and cooking and cleaning habits come in. Make things easier for you if you have a large family and you're busy. Okay? This ain't my first rodeo. This is my second. I'm helping. Okay? Anytime I can with grandchildren, I'm helping. When they spend nights with us, I gotta be on my game. Okay? I gotta have my crap together. Okay? I don't want to be in this kitchen all night. Okay? I want to be in there spending time with them too. Okay? I get them in there to help me. I've just gave y'all some tips about teaching the little ones. It's also in my, or gonna be, whenever I upload these, I'm gonna give you some things about establishing chores and getting the family to pitch in and help. Okay? Come up with a plan. Be creative. Don't waste food. Use your time wisely. Shop the sales. Repackage. I have videos. Go and watch all of my meal prep videos that'll go along with this one. Any of my meal prepping videos, shopping the sales videos, and how to fight inflation video. I got a bunch of tips that will help you make your time go by faster in the kitchen, cooking, not waste money, put good meals on the table, and save money when buying groceries. Okay? Enjoy your kitchen again. Enjoy cooking again for your family, putting healthy meals on the table, okay? And still saving time. I mean, busy mothers, busy parents, okay? When I have my grandchildren, I'm a busy grandmother. I help with the school runs. I help, okay? And I still feed them. And I feed my family, okay? Me and my husband, I still take care of us, okay? But like I said, this ain't my first rodeo and I'm not done yet. I mean, we have 2 grown boys at home, okay? I'm trying to give them and their wives tips and tricks. Are they going to take it? Are they going to use it? My youngest one is beginning to understand. He's like, Mom, I don't like paying these prices. You think? We didn't either. And y'all were growing kids and growth spurts. And you ate every grocery in the house 5 minutes after we walked in the door with it. And didn't even get to put it in the pantries, okay? Yeah, groceries they're not cheap. He's learning. And this is the same kid who has taken some advice and he will meal prep his suppers for night at work. He even helps meal prep his wife's lunches for her at work during the day. You're welcome. See, just when you think your kids are not listening, sometimes they actually are. And it pays off and you're like, I did that. I taught them that. See, I love it. Okay, y'all, I have just out a bunch of information at y'all. I'll give you time to process it all, okay? I gave you some, I went through some cleaning to make your process in the kitchen go a little smoother. Cut out some time, some steps. Because when you get done in here at night, all you want to do is get off your feet, okay? Because that's me every stinking night. Me and my husband will get done eating. We will clean up our mess. He helps me. And when I sit down on that couch, trust me when I say I'm not getting back up the rest of the night. Unless I have to go potty. I'm not moving until it's bedtime, y'all. Because I'm wore slap out, okay? Busy families. Multiple children families. Whoo! Come up with a plan for your family. Cooking plan. Cleaning plan. More on that, okay? Or you've already heard it, okay? I'm just telling y'all, you gotta have a plan in today's busy, chaotic life. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you've got time to plan. You've got time to get creative, to make your days flow better. When you have little ones stuck to you, glued to you all day long. Y'all, I was walking through the house the other day. My granddaughter, my oldest one's 5 years old. This is no lie. Walking through the house. I forgot something right quick, and I just turned around fixing to walk back that direction. And I kid you not, if I didn't just run smack into that kid and knock her down. I helped her up out of the floor, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, Atlee. And she's like, you should have known I was behind you. If y'all know anything about me, hello friends, hello family, y'all know how my granddaughter is. She has been attached to me ever since the day she was born. I cannot leave a room without 2 seconds later, she's up following me. That is no truer statement than she could have ever said. You should have known I was right. Yes, child. I should have known you were right there, up under me. And then she just follows me to the wherever I was going. She followed me. She's my shadow. So y'all, stay-at-home moms, I know it's hard, but where there's a will, there's a way. It takes being creative, planning, self-discipline. If you say you're going to get to it later, you better get to it later. Self-discipline, and start teaching to make your job a little bit easier. It's not that you're being lazy and dishing out chores for everybody else to do so you don't have to do them. You're not doing that. You are raising capable kids. For number one, you can't follow them when they leave your house. and they go in the military, they go to college, they move out, they get married, or they get roommates and they move out. You can't go to their places and go do all this stuff for them. You got to teach them when they're under you and in your home until they leave your home. You're raising capable kids. You're teaching responsibility. You're teaching life skills that's going to carry them through life. There's nothing worse than going to a college and sharing a house or an apartment or a room with someone that doesn't know how to clean. There's some very aggravated college kids and they get tired of their roommates that don't know how to clean. They were never taught how to clean, or they don't know how to cook. Okay? Okay. Teach your kids. They can get in that kitchen as a toddler, 2 years old. They can get in a kitchen and do some simple little bitty stuff. Okay? Teach them. You're raising capable kids. Responsibility. And it's helping you out in the long run. You're doing your job as a mother. You're instructing. You're teaching. You're directing in the right path. Okay? My kids, they're grown. They're married. They're doing all this stuff. I taught them how to do that. Okay? Start teaching your kids. Start dishing out some responsibilities. No, it's not going to be perfect first. No, it's going to take them a little bit. They may be better at one thing than they are this one. This kid may be better at doing this than this kid. Get them in the kitchen. Get them in the house. Get them to doing some things. Make your time in your kitchen enjoyable again. Enjoy baking and cooking and providing meals for your family again. Okay? Kids love to bake. Kids love to cook. I can't even get in the kitchen in here and try to do anything without my granddaughters dragging their stools out right there. I can just be heating up some water in the microwave. And before that cup is done heating in that microwave, I got 2 stools beside the microwave and they're climbing up on them. I can't move. I got stools all over the house, y'all. Okay. They're eager. They want to learn. Okay? Don't dread cooking anymore. Come up with a plan. I just gave y'all a bunch of ideas in your kitchen, whether it was cooking or cleaning. I just gave y'all a bunch of ideas to make, hopefully, it enjoyable again, saving money, creating memories with your children. I want my granddaughters to be able to say, I'm sorry. I want my grandchildren to grow up when they get older and be able to say, I cooked and baked with Jimo all the time when I was little. Because, I'm sorry, I'm saying the same thing about my grandmother. My grandmother. I followed that woman all over the house. That's where my granddaughter gets it from. I followed my grandmother all over the house. Okay? We baked. We cooked. We got out in the garden. We worked together. I have so many memories. I want my grandchildren to say the same thing about me. It's why I do what I do. I have a teaching frame of mind. I don't know anything else but how to raise children. That's all I know how to do. I am not good at anything else. Maybe except talking. I'm good at that. Okay? Create memories. Okay? Get them in the kitchen. Quit dreading cooking. Make it easier on yourself. Don't waste money. Don't waste your time. I hope I have said something in this video that helps y'all in your kitchen and with cooking and cleaning.